Good afternoon, everybody. It truly is my great honour to be here today, standing in solidarity with Jewish Australians on this very steamy Brisbane afternoon. The storm's holding out for us on this very important occasion. I want to start by talking about an epiphany I had really in February of this year. My daughter was in the shopping centre and a young man got her attention and started to show her some of these wonderful skincare products from the Dead Sea with the minerals in it. And he chatted with her. His name was Raz, young man in his early 20s. My daughter got chatting with him and she said to him, "Where are you from? You've got a different accent." He said, "Well, I'm French." A little while later in the conversation, he leaned in and said to my daughter, "You know, I told you a lie. I'm not French. I'm from Israel." He said, "That's right, I'm a Jew." And when my daughter told me this story, because she asked him, "Why would you say that? Why did you say you're French?" He said, "My boss recommended that I don't mention to people at the moment that I'm from Israel, that I'm Jewish." When my daughter told me that, as an Australian man, I realised that our mateship, fair go culture, the spirit of the light horse that made this nation great, is being undermined, is being threatened. And the barometer of that is how our Jewish Australians are being treated in this nation. That young man ended up going back to visit his mum in Israel just for a short visit in time just before the 12-day war with Iran, those missiles hurling in. He got deployed with the IDF and he spent the time, he's still there now. He sent us some videos and photos of his friend on the 13th of October, a young hostage who was released by the name of Bar Kupstein. And we were able to see the videos and the elation as his family welcomed him home after some 737 days in horrific captivity. That was my real connection this year to what's happening with Jewish Australians and our friends in Israel. It was the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that lamented in August of this year the wave of anti-Semitism. He called it a tsunami of anti-Semitism happening in Australia. And he's not wrong. This is what we are combating today around Australia. It was Ralph Waldo Emerson in his 1841 essay on Self Reliance. He famously said these words. He said, "A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of small minds." You may have heard that quote. One could easily substitute Jew hatred and anti-Semitism for foolish consistency. For what is more foolish and consistent in the anti-Semitic imagination than that there is an evil Jew lurking behind every calamity, every conflict, every contagion, corruption, market correction, any conspiracy, you name it, behind it, lurking there, is an evil Jew. I think Emerson would approve of such an adaptation of his quote. After his visit to the UK in 1847, he expressed his concerns. "The Jews," he said, "have been the favourite victims of royal and popular persecution. A ferocious persecution," he wrote in his diary. Without doubt, anti-Semitism, cloaked today in the fashionable anti-Zionism, is an alarming indicator of the abandonment of reason and rational thought in a society. It truly is the hobgoblin of small minds. It is an accurate barometer of rising violent fascism and the Islamification of a nation. For this reason, Australian citizenship should not be granted to anyone who harbours vile anti-Semitism and unashamedly indoctrinates their children with the same deranged ideology. We're looking for a way forward. We're looking for answers to solve this problem. I suggest that one today. This kind of deranged ideology, a vile anti-Semitism, is not compatible with Australian values, and fair-minded Aussies should call it out wherever it raises its ugly head. With the return of the remaining living hostages to Israel after enduring their 737 days in captivity in Gaza, joy and expectation have returned to Israel with them. I'm sure you saw the many videos of families being reunited with their loved ones. I mean, nobody can really watch these videos who has a conscience, who has a heart that can't be moved to tears after some 737 days. As the psalmist wrote, when the Lord restored the fortunes of Zion, we were like those who dreamed. Psalm 126 verse 1. Friends here today, around Australia, the dream is forever alive. Anti-Semitism will never win. God bless you today.